U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago. This crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Chicago Bears. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Come on, 180! Come get some. Come get some. Come on here, come get some. Here, one. Switch. 40's mine, 40's the mine. I'm coming. No.
Trubisky gives to Cohen. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Let's go. Hey, Mike. Pilot, 64, weak. Let him know. He's coming.
From the 44, Trubisky. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Mike, 58, right there. I got you. got you, son. I got you. You're all first. You're all up. Hey, orbit. Get the mic.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. Flushed out right. Open here, Adam Thielen. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got
On 2nd down now. It's Cook, and there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Brings up down and 6.
Larry! Come on, D.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 43.
Vikings first down. 36. First and 10 at the 43.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Incomplete. Clinton Diggs on the coverage.
Two seconds to go, first quarter.
Let's go, baby. Turnover. Get that ball. Get that.
On 2nd down, Cousins again. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at him.
And he finds Cook. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. They'll run on 1st down. Cook, and only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, 27 yards, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. And it may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Emerson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
But, writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Go. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch it out.
Throwing on second and long. Trubisky. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
It's been my observation. There's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Lock in. Watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Get in the weight room. Hey.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Sherrill's on the return.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Push him back. Two.
Working out of the gun. Cousins going up top. That's going to be caught. That one goes for 36 yards. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Focus, defense, focus.
They'll run for it with Cook. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. On second and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. He's going to get it running right. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now 14-0.
14. Bears nothing.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. Oh, able to avoid him. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. First down, a run with Cohen. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
He's got Burton here. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. On 3rd and 1, it's Trubisky. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson. As the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Final play of the half, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Watch left. Listen to me. 58 to Mike. 58. Hey, Delta. Watch the pass. Hey, 58.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories.
Touchdown, Chicago! Tariq Cohen, 33 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling them behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. On 2nd and 12, Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people would think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Cousins. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. Now this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch out, watch out. Alert, 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 alert. Bravo.
Now it's Trubisky. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. This one into the hands of Burton. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle it physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
180. 54. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. 18, 18. 6-6. Pull it high. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Trubisky. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Now Trubisky. And the pressure gets to him again. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
59. Go. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
From the 39, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 16. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10.
Gun. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
Cook. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a second down, but they are in field goal range. They run it again with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. 15 yards. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now they'll run it with Cohen, and he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And a sack. They get to him defensively, but the flag comes in, and I think the D jumped. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Now the penalty, a big assist to this offense. Now it's 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th.
Hey, exit. Alert. Hey, 18. We take the win. Watch twist.
Back to throw. Robinson's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Recon, 132 fighter. SOS. Alert. SOS. Alert.
Here's Trubisky. That is caught by Cohen. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check 31. Blue. Hey, switch gears. Red, go. Watch twist. Blue. Hey, Haywood. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Hey, watch the ball. Mike's 54.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15.
Hey, Charlie. 54. Alert. So we got man. Wait, alert. Red, tuck. Hey, 18. Red, tuck. Under 10. 10. Hey, wahoo. Bang. Jump.
Throwing now is Trubisky. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. They start the drive with Cook. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one.